In this video, we're going to do a condo walkthrough, and then we're going to head back to the studio and go over some numbers. Welcome back to another episode of Gulf Coast Investing, where we talk about all things investing right here on the Gulf Coast. My name is Casey, and I would love if you would like this video and hit subscribe to get more great content just like this. So today I wanted to take y'all on a little condo tour for one of the investment properties that we manage right here in Orange Beach in the Pelican Point condo complex. So this is a 3-bed, 2-bath, so I just kind of wanted to show it to you. Then we'll head back in over to the studio. We'll go over some numbers and show kind of what kind of rental income that it produces. So we are right here in the kitchen. So we just had this condo fully updated. So put in the granite. We got the shelving and all that redone with the kitchen cabinet. So just kind of some things to think about when you're looking at having an investment property. Quick thing I did want to talk about. So this condo just had somebody check out this morning. The cleaners have come, they've done their full, 45-point inspection and all that. So if you notice anytime in this video that I'm in socks, we have our shoes at the front door. So anytime we are checking condos or looking after condos for a guest, we always take our shoes off. Number one, we can see on our socks if there's any dirt on the condo, anything left on the floors, but then also we don't want to dirty up the condo before the next guests come in. So if you see me in socks, that's why. Now back to the video. A lot of these, there's 40-something condos, 3-bed condos, just like this, just in this complex alone. So you want to do things that stand out. You want to do things when people are scrolling on a website, on Vrbo, on Airbnb. When people see your condo, you want those pictures to pop and have updates and upgrades and things like that. So we have new flooring done in the entire condo here. Obviously, new kitchens, new bathrooms, and things like that. So when you walk in, you have 2 bedrooms that are off to this side. So this is always great because you can have families that, if you have multiple families come, that they have their own little private area. Also families with kids and things like that. One thing that we always look at and that you want to look at is getting as many people in as you can. So if you just have one little bed in here, your occupancy is going to be much lower than having multiple beds, having bunk beds, having things like that. So when you are buying an investment property, especially for short-term rentals, that's something that you want to look at is having a lot of places for people to sleep, pull out couches, things like that. So just wanted to also mention that. So as we continue on through here, we have another one of the bathrooms here. And then again, back to the kitchen. So like this condo, we had put in a little wine fridge. So little cool updates. If it's a house that you're buying, if you have room, like I just heard of one where they had a garage, but it was a short-term rental that didn't really need a garage. And so they actually made that into a huge game room. So, cool things like that, wine fridges, things that are cool little extra touches that make you stand out are always great. So, again, we'll take you in here. You always have one of the best shots. You have your dining room table, your den, and then you have the Gulf right there, right out front. So we're going to I'm going to show you the primary bedroom before we head outside. So again, this has been fully updated with the granite countertops, new faces on the doors, and then an awesome bedroom right here. And again, you literally can't beat waking up out of bed, you wake up and you're looking at the beach just right there. So again, in just a second, we're going to go run back to the studio, going to go over some numbers of kind of what you can expect for rentals for this type of property, how much you have to buy it for, again, down payments, how much it costs, and then what you can expect for, what's your monthly utilities, your HOA fees and all that. Are you going to make money on this property? So before we do that, want you to come out here, check out the beach, check out the view. I think you're going to love it. So a couple things I wanted to mention. It's a little cloudy, little windy day out here, but a couple things I wanted to mention. First, obviously, this is the top floor, the penthouse here at Pelican Point. You have awesome views. When you're buying a condo, especially down here at the beach, I always like a little bit higher. My wife, she likes a little bit lower. She doesn't like the heights as much. So everything just kind of depends. You even can have first floor units. Those are good for handicap and handicap accessible and things like that, but they are right there close to where the pool and all that is. So usually a little bit higher, 3rd to 8th floor is a good kind of range to get in. So want to show you real quick, if you'll look down here, you can check out the awesome pool. Then I'm going to show you one more cool thing in the condo, and we'll go check out the amenities. So one thing you always want to keep in mind is hurricanes. So obviously we hope that there aren't any hurricanes or any major hurricanes anytime soon. I'll step this way so you can see. But one cool thing that you want to consider when you're having a property is hurricane shutters. So what's real cool, see if we can get it here, about this is we just have a switch that you can hit in case there's a storm coming. And it will lower your hurricane shutters. And then I'll bring it back up to time. So, something that you want to look at, even if you have a home, if you have a condo, things like that, anything beachfront. A lot of times what does the most damage is obviously things coming from outside in, whether that's wind, hail, which we've had before, or other flying debris. So having those hurricane shutters will not only help you on insurance, but it'll also help you if there's a hurricane coming. Yourself, have your property management company come over, flip the switch. Both sides are on different switches. You can drop the shutters and feel protected. Obviously, if there's things like roof damage and things like that, there's still ways for your property, that could be in harm's way. But of course, that's what insurance is for. But things like that will help, keep your property as safe as it can be. Let's head on outside. Okay, so we are back in the studio. So I wanted to take a couple minutes at the end of the video and show you some numbers of this condo specifically, what it costs, what the monthly costs are, the yearly costs, management costs, all those kind of things to see if you wanted to purchase a property just like that one, what would it look like in numbers wise. So first thing, so there are 2 current listings for Pelican Point in that condo complex, and they average about $800,000. So one's a little bit cheaper than that, one's a little bit more expensive. So just use whole numbers. That condo right now, about $800,000. You could actually maybe get it for about $775, maybe even $750. If the conditions and all that are right. So on $800,000, if you wanted to put down a down payment and you weren't just paying cash, at 20%, it'd be about $160,000 would be your down payment. So, just as you're preparing and thinking, how much do I need for what type of condos and down payments and things like that. So kind of good numbers there. A couple things using my little cheat sheet here. So insurance. Now, again, remember, condos like this, you pay a monthly HOA fee. So the monthly HOA fee is $500 a month. That is pretty much going to cover everything but power. So it covers the common area insurance, maintenance, the pools. It covers internet, Wi-Fi, water, everything but power, which power we estimate at about $150 a month, a little less in the wintertime, maybe a little more in the summertime. So HOA, $500 a month. That doesn't include the inside, the contents insurance, like an HO3 policy, which covers the contents of the inside of the condo itself. So those are normally relatively cheap. We put $100 a month for round numbers. We've had people that have found some for a little bit more, some for a little bit less, so roughly there. So, and then taxes break out to about $250 a month. So that covers your taxes. You're part of the taxes for the condo. So all in all, to run some quick, easy numbers, we're going to say if you paid the $800,000 cash, today, you bought this condo, you'd be looking at about $1,000 a month in expenses, and that covers all your utilities, your insurance, your taxes, and your HOA. So roughly about $1,000 a month. So this property that we were just in, we have two that we manage in the complex. They gross about $70,000 a year. So that's about what they make in the yearly rental income. Obviously, every year we try to step it up and get a little bit more because expenses rise. So as expenses rise, rents need to rise. So that's the reasoning for that. So about $70,000 a year. So if you took the gross amount, $70,000, and you minus a management company's fees. So again, if you called in a management company that took care of everything for you, the bookings, the cleaning, the maintenance, all that they coordinated and set it all up for you, you're looking anywhere between 18 and 22%. Some down here charge a little bit more, but to call it 18%, that would leave your total down to $57,400 a month. And then if you subtract those expenses of the $1,000 a month for taxes, insurance, HOA, utilities, and all that, that will leave you with $45,000 a year in net rental income. And again, the goal with that is that you're not having to do anything. You're just set it, forget it, let the management company take care of everything else for you. You will have little expenses here and there that you need to adjust for, but, calling it good round numbers, about $45,000 a year, which leaves you at about a 6% cap rate. So again, that's your return on investment rate, about a 6%, which again, it is good. The goal is to be at 10%. A couple years ago when the prices were $650,000 for this condo, you'd be well over a 10% cap rate. They've definitely come down a little bit more, but good idea, having a good return. 6% cap rate. There's not many places that you can get that, especially this coming up year with all the unknown and stock market and all that. So, and then again, of course, on top of that, you do have appreciation. So if you hold on to the property for 5-10 years, you're not only making that money every month, but the condo is also appreciating. So maybe in a couple years, 5, 6, 7 years from now, that condo is worth $1 million. Well, now on top of the 6% cap rates you've made, you now have $200,000 worth of equity in the property as well. So just other things to think about. So we're going to head right on back, show you some of the amenities. We were going to check out the indoor pool, which this also has, but there were people all in it, which again, that goes back to another video we talked about. When you're looking for investment properties, especially down here on the coast, it's about 60 degrees today. People can't get in the water on the beach, so they want something that they can get in the water. So this complex has an indoor pool, which is awesome. So just think about that, the amenities and things like that when you're looking for an investment property. But we're going to get on back, show you a little bit of outside, and we'll see you next week. So these are some of the great amenities to the outside here.